YouTube, what the crap's going on? HeirofCarthage here, back on the Total War Attila campaign. I'm excited to jump back into this. We need to try and defend Nissus against this army from Macron, which is basically a Seleucid copy-paste army here, like we're used to. And let's get in here and try and defend. These are the battles that, honestly, these ones aren't super exciting for me, but if you manage to pull it off, the impact that it has is big. Do they have a unit of camel warriors? Camel Clibinari, whatever those guys are. They got a unit of camel warriors. It looks like they have to use a series of bridges to get to my town center. This is a very cool map, it looks like. Speaking of maps, I'm excited. I need to get on the workshop and look and see if people have added unique settlements yet to Attila, because I know that was a feature that was going to be allowed to be modded. So I need to get back in and remember to check that out. So it looks like there's crossing points, so 2 bridges on that side. And it doesn't appear that there's any crossing point on this side. So that's interesting. It kind of looks like the map shows like a crossing point here, but there is not. That's gonna be deep water. Interesting. So the town center, though, is right here and only has 2 entrances. Though, to be fair, we wouldn't be very well protected from missile fire. But there's otherwise, I've got to guard 3 different entrances, and it just seems like it makes sense. And this entrance is not going to be easy to get into. Let's just try and clog up the entryway here with Armored Legio, and basically just force the AI to have to cut through me. That seems like the most logical solution to this problem. I'm going to just put these guys behind right here, and I'll go defend that other spot if I need to. Unfortunately, I don't really have any way to help these Explorates, or whatever these guys are called. I don't really have much of a way to wonder if we can hide them in that little bit of scrub there. Not quite. I don't know if they'll stay hidden there or if they would be in enemy line of sight. I am going to leave my cav out here as well. As far as deployables go, nothing too important for me to take care of here. So my Sagittarii here. I'll go ahead and put them on heavy shot. I'll go ahead and put up a barricade there just for the heck of it. Okay, those guys are not hidden. Let's go ahead and move them over there. If I can keep those units behind and then possibly bring them in for some rear charges, that'd be good. Well, I probably shouldn't have put the barricade there if I wanted to come in for rear charges, because it's going to be blocking my path to the enemy. But at least maybe it'll force the enemy to try and funnel into this one spot.
We are outnumbered.
Yes, we are. Got some mercenary legionary defectors. They ought to be pretty inferior to my own troops, but they're not bad. These Sogdian warriors are getting eaten up pretty bad by the tower because they have relatively low missile defense, but the tower is going to be easily destroyed just by numbers. Especially these scout units being there. Lockman scouts and other units are very, very good at taking out towers. I'm going to go ahead and open fire. My Sagittarii. Do some damage to these incoming units. Oh look, those raiders stopped to light my building on fire. That was nice of them.
Understood.
Just open fire.
Fire spreads through the settlement.
Indeed, and that's going to hurt the morale of my men. Fortunately, though, how would I potentially be losing... How would I be losing the town center? Oh, The Lockman scouts are actually able to capture it even though my men are standing in it. That's pretty wacky. It's kind of frustrating, to be honest, but none of those units should last too terribly long. Let's go ahead and go into just kind of standard shot, shoot at those mercenary Persian mounted bowmen. Yeah, my guys are going to easily deal with their cavalry, but they're actually capturing the town center just from these few guys that get inside the circle. Scout units tend to have huge capture power, so it's frustrating, but it'll switch back over once these scout units die and they're no longer able to hold that. Now they are actually killing a fair number of my Lanciarii Senores who are in Testudo. I'm gonna turn to face that fire to see if that helps. It may be a flank thing that they're getting on me or something. I'm gonna have my Sagittarii stop firing. So basically the computer is just funneling all in to one armored legio. And the AI, let's see what they're up to. I wonder if they're going to try and break the barrier. Let's watch and see. Their Soviet warriors are heading for the barrier. Looks like they're going to try and tear it down. They are.
To the barricades! The enemy attacks!
So if that's going to be the case, move these guys over there. My general appears to be holding off better against the bow fire now. And I hate that I have to take these guys out of Testudo to move over there, but I don't really have a choice. Up to 48 kills here on the Eastern Armored Legio, and we've only lost 30 men, almost 50 kills. So, I mean, we're not doing great, but we're not doing terribly either. I kind of want to let the AI use up some of its missiles here. Oh, actually, they've broken down the barricade and then just pulled back from it. I'm going to swing around this way with my scout equites. Yeah, they're wasting all their ammo on my general, which is good. I'd rather them not fire it at my fighting units like these Eastern Armored Legio. And I'm just going to let these guys grind it out and then replace them with the other unit. But I mean, I want the enemy to have to like fully grind it out against this unit. And I'll be getting ready to set up rear charges, of course. Move these guys out over here. The AI has set my town on fire quite a bit, actually. But the morale of my men is holding. Let's actually see if we can maybe move these guys back over here a little bit. Let's get my scout equites into the back of this Persian bowman. They're going to flee out onto the bridge, which is actually going to minimize my charge, unfortunately. And I may potentially get retribution fire from these other Persian bowmen, so it's kind of a frustrating move. The AI always leaves its units in skirmish. Yep, they got a Lockman scout heading my way, so I'm just going to get out of here and keep my scout equite alive. The AI will get desperate later and commit all these guys. There's no reason for me to really... I'm going to lose 6 horsemen pulling away from a bow unit. Get real.
Riders, advance! Forward!
Okay, we just rode out of their range.
Riders, advance!
Ooh, this is not good. My Explorator is going to get absolutely charged, like badly charged by the mercenary desert raiders, but we are in the presence of a tower. If my morale manages to hold... Come on. It's the unit losing decisively here that's killing me. If they can manage to stabilize, that would be really big. because then they might be able to actually take out this mercenary desert raider. I should have seen that coming and braced. It wouldn't have saved much, but it would have helped. That bowman is trying to pull up. Dadgummit. My guy's routed. Now those desert raiders are going to very quickly capture this tower, unfortunately. But at least they will take some fire in the process, so that could have been better for me. Up to 101 kills on the Armored Legio. It looks like the AI units are just trying to like kind of force their way up through my men. So what I'm going to do is just go ahead and take these guys out of Testudo and just come over here and attack this Persian noble. How much ammo do these guys have left? They've been firing for a while, but they've still got a lot of ammo. Now the tower is in control. I thought when the tower got taken over, it was destroyed. Oh, it is. There it goes. But it basically destroyed their desert raider cav.
The men are running. Stand and fight, damn you!
Okay, so we're beating back a few enemy units here. The Persian camel raiders are gone, which means that this capture point might start falling back in my favor here. We've got these extra armored legio in, and then the original one that is still in defensive Testudo ought to be helping against Cav. And then the enemy continues to waste all their ammo on my Lanciarii Seniores. So this ought to be good for me. Biggest question is whether or not I can grind out all these Dalamite warriors, Sogdian warriors. So there's 2 Dalamite warriors and a Sogdian warrior, and then a mercenary legionary defector. And then the AI has used the archers as bait to get me to get into a fight here with their Lockman scouts, which are vastly superior to my scout equites, unfortunately. Yeah, and I can't run away from this fight. My guys will just die, so I might as well just sit here and fight them. Unfortunately, that's stupid archer. I should have been more patient and wait for them to... I don't know. Let's see if I can run away. I'm going to take massive losses, but just being able to keep any bit of this unit would be handy. So rather than fighting and just losing massively, let's see if I can get away. Nope. They're going to let my unit get completely destroyed here.
The men are broken and running for their lives.
Oh well. Let's just kind of start fast forwarding some of the grind out. That stuff definitely didn't work the way that I wanted it to. I want the bows to finish off using their ammo. This scout unit will come back from routing. Hopefully it doesn't shatter though. Let's kind of walk it over here and let it rest. I've still got some arrows here to use against the enemy. If that Persian noble dies, it's going to really start to swing things in my favor. There must be that camel, yeah, the Persian camel raider came back from routing, so it's back in here. Okay, that's gonna start playing a role in enemy morale. Their general died actually fairly early into the fight. Still has 30 some odd men.
A unit is running from the enemy.
Really? Come on. I need that morale buff from the town center back, because this scout equite doesn't want to quit wavering. So camel raiders. It's the Lockman scouts now that's causing it.
The men are running.
Up to 43 kills with the Eastern Armored Legio. As soon as their bows run out of ammo, I'm going to throw my general into this fight too. I just didn't want them to be able to get shots on a unit outside of Testudo. They've only got 2 volleys left. Those guys have a considerable amount of ammo. Persian bowmen. Let's see. So 1 volley. You ever gonna run out of ammo, or how long are they gonna hold on to that 1 volley? There we go. So it looks like they are out of ammo, or should be out of ammo. The AI is just trying to like pull through me here too. I want to try and kill those Lockman scouts. If we can knock them out, that'll be a huge benefit. We got 150 kills with the 1 Eastern Armored Legio here. The enemy general unit has routed. Let's go into play here. How much cav do they have left? Just a little bit, not much. Let's bring these archers around. Ah, my stupid scout equite took off like a bunch of cowards. I needed the rear charge penalty pretty bad. I should have never chased their bowman in like that. It would have come after me eventually, evened itself out. Now, fighting against archers, I would hope my kill count is coming up a little faster at this point, but I'm not convinced it is. My men are kind of doing like weird reforming stuff. No more need to be in defensive testudo just because of the cavalry being gone, so I'm just going to pull all my guys out and let them fight. I want to try and get over here and put some shots into the right into the direct rear of some of these troops. Makes me wish I hadn't wasted any ammo earlier. Let's get into heavy shot here. Okay, there's some Dalamite warriors right here in the back. We're gonna do heavy precision shot at pretty much point blank range. No! Firing up and over. Are they even getting any kills? Not really. Stop doing that. Get over, like, gosh dang it. Get like right here. I want a direct shot, not like an up and over shot where I might hit my own men. Let's try targeting right here. I just need them to fire straight into this blob here. There we go. That's what I want. That ought to start getting me kills. It's actually getting me exceptionally few kills, even though I'm in heavy shot shooting the Sassanids from an unshielded flank. That's kind of frustrating. Yep. My guys aren't really firing still, though, is the problem. All their units are kind of like spread out funny here, and it's giving my guys odd lines. Let's see, I mean, we're getting a few kills, it's just not substantial. I don't know if I can risk getting any closer, though, without them chasing me. So, just gonna let it be for now, let my guys shoot out the rest of their ammo. I've got 4 more volleys, we'll just take whatever kills they can give me. I guess that they've just got so many troops up in this zone that it's keeping me from recapturing the town center, which is bad because it's giving them a morale buff that's really helping them out at this point. I'm gonna actually switch over to flaming shot and see if we can maybe cause like a little bit of a morale debuff here. I don't know if we'll be able to get anything wavering or not. We've got an archer wavering, because if we could get a few troops to start routing, we might be able to get a chain rout. I don't have much ammo left, though. Yeah, right now, if they didn't have that, let's save that last volley. I wonder if I get my archers up in here, if it'll be enough to help me capture that. No, it's not gonna matter. Might as well just get over here and take the best shots I can. There's some weird lag going on. I don't think I'm gonna be able to pull this one off because my Armored Legio are trying to waver out of this fight. They're exhausted. The one has gotten almost 200 kills, but they're just not gonna be able to grind out all these Dalamite warriors and Sogdian warriors. The Sogdian warriors are getting good kills, and it's because they excel against units that are high armor, lower attack, like legionaries. That's the best type of scenario for a Sogdian warrior to fight in. Looks like they're sending their bowmen out to stop me from firing into their blob. It is frustrating because if I own that town center, this would be enough to get them to rout. It's just that little bit of morale bonus they're getting from that that's helping them, and if I hadn't lost my scout equite or something like that, it would have been enough. But it's not going to be enough to rout them here. Their Persian bowmen will defeat me in melee here. They're actually considerably better in melee because I think they have a better weapon. They just have low attack. So let's let my men just continue to grind out what they can from this. We'll at least make the enemy pay as much as possible. So, I mean, they've lost a lot of men in this kind of foolish raid, and we'll just pay them back in the turns to come. And I'll make this episode a bit longer to make up for the fact that we had to try and grind this out for so long. Yeah, I should have been more patient with my scout equites. If I was, I could have easily won this here, because then the little bit of flaming shot with the rear charge would have routed that stuff, so I should have just been more patient. So that's my fault for having done that. Because, I mean, honestly, the Sassanids really weren't getting any kills. Sassanids, I mean Macron, whatever, they're the same thing. We'll see what they do to my settlement. If they raise it, I'm going to be pretty upset. Nope, they've just sacked it, and they want to just go ahead and move along because they think they're a tough snot after that. Need to see if that Jute army is still hanging around. It probably isn't, or else it would have done more raiding. I think the Jutes, or Langobards, sorry, I think the Langobards knew it was good for them and they left. Nah, I'm good without peace. So, let's run through here real quick. We got a lot of hostile agent activity from the Sassanids. So an inspector had a critical success at misdirecting an army, success at exploiting corruption, success at compromising security, critical failure at exploiting corruption, was wounded during his escape, that's good. Nissus was sacked and rebellion is imminent in Armenia. And this, let's see, which Caucasia, yeah, Armenia is this one here. That sacking is going to end up driving this up and over the edge. So this army can escape now, which would be the smart thing to do. Let's go ahead and escape to Trapezis. Let our guys retrain. Let's go ahead and retrain. Now, you might notice that my income is a lot higher, and I wanted to explain this right now. So how did my income get higher? Well, I showed you all last time the ridiculous effects of corruption. They are far, far too high. In fact, it goes all the way up to 90-something%. Well, I got a mod that basically cuts that in half, to where you still suffer from corruption. And this came from one of my viewers, who on YouTube, I think the name was Miss MS Gambo or Miss Gambo, whatever it was. And then on let me pull up the page real quick. I've got this, and I'll put a link in the video if you all want to use this in your own campaign. Basically, it just reduces the amount of corruption through Imperium. So it's actually by Spartan861 in the Steam Workshop. If you just search for corruption, you can find it. Also, I'll put a link up to the particular mod I used. He has several different mods. And basically, corruption at the maximum level has been reduced to 50%, the medium level is 25%, and the minimum level is 5%, so it's not as bad. He also has a 60% one where it's a little higher at 60% rather than 50%. And then he's also, I think, working, it was either him or someone else that's working on a mod that changes the building chains to where they fight the corruption so that you can leave it there, but then you have to manage the corruption. So there's lots of different options, it looks like. So that's why my income is a lot higher, and it's now reflective of the fact that I'm a large empire gaining ground. Yes, there's corruption. Yes, we're losing money to it, but I mean, it was honestly ridiculous in the other settings, and it was just going to get worse, and almost, according to a lot of people, they feel like it makes the campaign almost unplayable. So we've got two armies here that we need to make use of in this turn. This army has, looks like it's had its movement range considerably reduced, and it has because of this filthmonger right here who's messed with my men, which is very frustrating because now a lot of these Sassanid troops may be able to run away from me. These guys, however, have not lost their movement. Oh, actually, is it a river that's preventing? No, it's just that minus 75% campaign movement range because of that stupid enemy agent.
I will do anything for Rome.
We've got to get rid of these enemy agents. I've had enough of this. These guys are using inspectors against me just like non-stop. So let's get my guys out here to help manage this. We got rid of that enemy agent. There's another one right here, which I don't know if my spy will be able to get the job done, but we'll try. It's worth a shot. know, but you know, my next turn the veteran can take care of him. And then this agent down here I cannot reach on this turn, but basically we can get down here and get ready to take care of business. The reason this is wildly frustrating here is that the Sassanid troops could potentially move on Ctesiphon, which would be pretty frustrating. I don't think there's any way I can make it back to Ctesiphon. I can't. And I don't even think that I can attack this stack. I can't. So that's also wildly irritating, and I really want to attack this army of Macron and finish these guys off. And I mean, they just cost me a ton of money in repairs over here. These Sassanid armies have been severely weakened, but they do have onagers, and they can potentially attack and siege and take Ctesiphon on the next turn. And Ctesiphon's still repairing, so its garrison would not be very strong, so I feel like I'm left with little option but to attack these guys over here as opposed to the other army, and they're giving these armies a huge chance of success just by numbers. And apparently my other guys aren't going to make it into reinforcement range. That's actually kind of irritating. This would actually get me reinforcement range. So in this case, we would be able to pretty easily defeat the enemies. And it would be a large battle too. Let's go ahead and fight this, except one... So it saves right before the turn in. Yeah, so I'd have to go through the whole turn in again to get all those movement points back that I just wasted. Let's just fight this and see what happens. I'll be able to have a 40 stack army to go against the Sassanids, and some of my infantry in this army is a little bit beat up, but my other army has pretty much a full contingent. It's in good shape because they just won that massive fort battle, so this will put down several Sassanid armies with a victory here. Let's just go ahead and get a sword line ready here in the center. I want to try and use my archers as charge bait. If I just put them in loose formation, the enemy won't get a particularly good charge versus them. And then they'll eat javelins and my infantry can counterattack. I see people do that in multiplayer sometime. Let's try it against the AI and see what happens. Okay, start the battle. Let's go ahead and minimize that because the screen's taken up a lot by UI already.
More for us to kill.
We need to move up to the peak of this hill. Okay, I'm just gonna let all my guys come on over here and then move them over. Got almost all my reinforcements on the field, and this is a lot of armored legio. It's plenty to get the job done here. I attacked the AI though, so they're most likely gonna camp. It looks like they're gonna try and camp over, maybe, I don't know where they're gonna camp at, but they generally camp.
The enemy has been sighted.
Let's kind of move all of our units into the same spot, so just get all of our sword units together. Let's get all of our spear units together. Really, you can only pull them one at a time? That's frustrating. Might as well go ahead and do it. Is the enemy approaching me? Nah, they're just reforming. Just want to get all my units organized where it's easier to control. Let's get my Persian mounted warriors together. Scout equites. Get all my scout cav down here. Alright, so we got all our light cav down here. There we go. And let's get our archers. There we go. That'll be a lot easier to keep track of.
Formation now. Advance at speed. Double time. Your orders. At the double.
I'm gonna put all my light cav on one flank, and then my heavier cav on the other. Get my generals units in the front. Let's go ahead and fast forward, get all formed up, and then basically march all as one down towards the enemy. In a full-on group here, I have more than enough tools to heavily defeat the Sassanids, I feel. I'm going to have a lot of javelins that can be thrown from my Eastern Armored Legio. It's too bad the Lanciarii Signoras don't throw javelins as well. That would actually make them useful against cavalry. Okay, so the Sassanids appear to be reforming. I'm going to switch over to flaming shot since they have a lot of cav. And like I said, I just want to leave my archers in the center as charge bait so that my infantry can unload their javelins into enemy cav that charges. Their onagers firing at me. It's firing at my archers in loose formation, so the effects will be minimized and it'll just waste their ammo, so I'm going to let them fire away. They've only got 16 kills and then 10 there. That's just against Sagittarii, so no concern whatsoever for me. Kill as many as you want. Just use your ammo is all I ask. Which is precisely what they're doing. These guys are down to a volley or two. And they've only got 2 or 3 volleys left there with that mercenary onager. So yeah, they killed a decent number of my bowmen. Big whoop. There we go. So their onagers are now wasted, which is precisely what I want. Just gonna walk forward with all my troops. Kind of like to get within range of the enemy cav with my bowmen. So we'll have an uphill advantage for sure. Can't tell if the enemy cav's just about to YOLO or what.
Damn! Our ambush troops have been detected.
Okay. I'm gonna mass fire at some of these cav units. Let's get my infantry to run into position so they can hurl their javelins. Like I said, we're just gonna throw away our Sagittarii here and let them eat the brunt of this for the sake of Rome. The AI is going to YOLO all its cavalry all at once here and allow me a massive advantage.
The enemy up, the men are broken and are fleeing.
Sorry, I was getting some kind of weird interference there for a second from the game. Don't know what happened, but it looks like it's going to continue to work. So yeah, the javelin fire from my infantry is absolutely decimating the enemy cav. Yeah, sorry, I'm getting some weird stutter in the game that I've never seen before. I'm going to move my Armored Legio forward.
The enemy refuses to admit defeat. Their units of men are broken and running for their
So
lives.
we'll just recruit more Sagittarii if we need to. I'm not really concerned about it. I feel like it was worth it to get rid of all the enemy cav, because their cav was a lot bigger threat to me than anything else. Let's get my own horse archers to fire at theirs. Enemy general's gone. Start wrapping up over here. Bring my mounted Persian warriors in. They're going to be throwing javelins into the back of their own men, which is perfectly acceptable to me. I'm firing at their mounted bowmen over here. And their infantry ought to be losing pretty decisively in the center. We're just going to start collapsing in on their flank. Let's take out these regrouped Persian nobles. I don't think I'm going to be able to catch those mercenary Persian mounted bowmen. I'll just leave a infantry unit here to bait their fire. Guess I can do this. Draw their paths out.
Men would flee before our numbers.
Yes, but we haven't known the Sassanids to be too wise in this campaign just yet. So yeah, this is what I wanted. See, I'm just gonna bait fire basically from those enemy horse archers. Their Persian mounted warriors are making some very slow moves towards me. Let's bring these cav back up here. We're killing the enemy skirmishers. Let's get our scout cav out here to start chasing these bowmen down. I don't think there's any mercenary Savaran cav here. Nope. So we'll just chase them out to the red line and get rid of them. I can't tell what the AI is doing here with their spears. I think they're trying to flee away from me. Let's collapse in on that general. They got some Savaran cataphracts up here too, yeah. So I've just caught all their horse archers against the red line. Attack those Savaran cataphracts.
Our men have given up and are running for their lives.
Okay, let's keep collapsing in on the enemy infantry here. I don't know what these enemy infantry units are doing. They've disengaged from the fight. It's like they're trying to get away or something. Don't know where they think they're going to get away to. Let's help these guys get rid of the Persian mounted bowmen real quick. Use our mounted warriors to get rid of these guys. They've got a lot of horse archer cav still over here. One of that is a mercenary Savaran cav. That's actually quite bad. But they're all going to rout now. So there we go. Very nice victory against the... this is why I wasn't zooming in. You can see that the lag is real. I'm on ultra unit size, and we all know that Attila has not been optimized, and that probably IBM's Watson would also have a difficult time running it. So yeah, it's not the easiest game to run for your computer. But there we go. So the Sassanids